Actually going to slow him down as well as his attack speed.
Oh, that's really neat, actually.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea, especially since that's usually a problem for gyrocopter, right? Is his attack speed, especially if you don't go for the butterfly route.
We're actually going to try to go on J4 for a little bit, but this is just going to be turned around.
Yeah, they do have the ensnare to be able to hold Go Black there with the extra slow. They easily get the kill, and now Seedoy's in some serious trouble as he does not have his charge up. Trying to health potion and get the charge away, but unfortunately the Rocket Barrage just
significantly. It's not a small deal at all. If you can get away with it, because it's incredibly greedy. There's so many different nooks and crannies that you can fight in. So you have to be pretty comfortable with taking that engagement, and they are. Their team's a lot stronger right now.
J4 is being charged right now. He does have the ultimate and is going to pop it in response to all this aggression. And now they're going to be set up beautifully for this one. Gyrocopter's going to throw down that ultimate. And they're going to try and boss these heroes as quick as possible. The Cogs bounces back too. They will be able to finish off the Rubik as well as the Lich. Now
Jackal's getting really low.
Yoku. They might be able to finish him off, but no, it's actually Gyrocopter who goes down first. J4 turns around, gets the kill before he dies. And that actually turns out to be bad for Power Rangers, as despite the setup, they just did not have the damage. A lot of these heroes were able to survive for just...
They need to get aggressive really early on. I thought the Medallion was going to be the play, but what they're going to go for is kind of the C-deck smoke where they hope to find one or two heroes and then immediately push the safe lane. It's going to be No Fear they find, which isn't an ideal target, but it's still a free kill, and it allows you to set up for this pump really easily.
No Fear dishes out a fair amount of damage in return. Cheshire Cat still looking for more openings. Yep, will be able to land it on Go Black. Didn't need to use it earlier. And finds that extra kill. Now actually the Courier is going to be caught as well, ensnared by J4. Great play. We'll shut down that Blade of Alacrity for the next 3 minutes. Now Power Rangers in a great position to take yet another turn. Going back for the Blink though. I'm presuming this is just yet another mechanism to be able to shut down the PO.
Yeah, probably the main thing is that you just don't want to have to rotate his 5 to make a pick off. Right. And if he only has the Daedalus, he probably doesn't have enough of a positional advantage to be able to go for that. So yes,
Jackal got to be careful here. He pops the BKB in time. Seedoy responds with the BKB of his own. Nice Jackal shot from Dichira. Now focusing on Seedoy, who's been snared up. Unfortunately, though, Dichira is kind of stuck up against the Cogs. He will be able to get himself some distance. Ultimate out from the Lich is not quite enough damage. Another beautiful Shackle shot. FN comes in, cleans up the Wind Ranger, and now looking for more. Bignum drops the ultimate, but it is completely pointless at this point. Not able to pick up any kills, instantly dies. Start worrying about him. Even if the Leshrac has been shut down, no matter how many times they've ganked up that Phantom, it's particularly hard to push uphill just because his harassment power, especially with the Scotty and the Diffusal, just pokes away at you every single time, slowing you down, means more Diffusal hits. They're actually going to try and fight this one. They're going to jump on a Jackal here, Telekinesis, and here comes the J4 ultimate, but all BKBs have been popped on the side of NewTeam.
Oh,
they're still not finishing up Jackal. Are you kidding me? Jackal's still staying alive thanks to that Satanic. Now his Satanic is completely gone, but they just can't seem to focus him down. They didn't have any vision. Jackal is still alive, but finally he goes down. FN, perfectly healthy, is going to start going for Cheshire Cat. Will finish him off with the illusions. Now turns to Dichira, identifying that damage dealer. He's actually going to go for Bignum while the Wind Run is up. But now that it's gone, will continue his fight against Dichira. Wind Run being down, Dichira pops a BKB, but he will still fall in the end. Power Rangers lose 4 in exchange for the 3 on the side of NewTeam. Pops Doppelganger, he's good, right? Those illusions, they just do not have the kind of AoE damage to deal with even half HP PL, and they don't have any cleave or anything of the sort once that flat cannon is on cooldown. Now, Yoku's been jumped here by Cheshire Cat, pops the BKB immediately in response. Glimmer Cape will help out, but Jackal didn't get off his BKB. He's going to be chain stunned for quite some time. J4 comes in once again with the help. The sleep is actually going to lock down Seedoy. Jackal now pops his BKB and Satanic in return, and focuses now on Yoku. FN, right in the middle of everything, is trying to go onto Jackal, but a beautiful Cogs actually locks him out. He's going for Bignum now in the background, but FN has been locked down by the ensnare. Even if he does get the support, he's been hit by the missile and will end up falling. Power Rangers come back after a pretty devastating fight in that top lane, and are actually going to find even more, with Go Black being the last one down. Only the Rubik survives on NewTeam. Be able to take down these tier 3 towers faster, and
well, they just want to secure the game right now. They just want to absolutely make sure and
It's going to be a close one. They do manage to pick up not quite the Aegis now. Ditchy grabs it. Cheshire Cat intercepts Seedoy, pops the BKB, and does manage to get immediately to jump onto Ditchy grabs the cheese, and will be able to heal himself up with FN right on top of Ditchy. No fear with a beautiful hook shot as well, just to be able to stun up Jackal for a little bit, who's completely run out of mana. FN going for Cheshire Cat, doesn't quite have the damage to finish him off before the TP out. Jackal, though, is going to be caught here towards the end. No Satanic, no BKB. An opening for NewTeam after they were almost completely out of it before FN completed his TP. They would have been able to save this tier 3. Nice shackle shot. FN going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. Ditchy doesn't have the MKB, doesn't seem to matter though. J4 comes out big. They still have another second before Gyrocopter is able to start his TP. They're going to go on FN first. BKB activated. Doppelganger jump away. Ditchy still looks for that one. Blinks forward. Going for FN as best he can, but FN hides himself in the trees, and he's good. Back over to the rest of the fight. Jackal turns on, pops that ultimate, trying to go for Yoku, but Jackal shot latches right in time. No TP away for the latch track. 2-for-1 exchange. Make it a 3. NewTeam lose their Rubik at the tail end of that fight. Spirit Breaker and Phantom Lancer, the only ones to back up, and are going to have to desperately start splitting the ability drop significantly.
I think you actually don't buy back. You don't have to glyph or anything like that, but if you anticipate this being one of NewTeam's last attempts, then you can just hold off, because one set of racks doesn't make a difference in this phase of the game, because you're about to pick up megas.
You could potentially lose the whole game if you buy back and die on Gyro.
Yeah,
jump in, J4. He starts this one perhaps a little bit early. Gyrocopter's still not up for another 2 seconds. Perhaps just trying to save that melee rack's BKB activated. Big no, oh my god! He just disappears from that fight. Now Jackal comes in. He's going to be immediately stunned up. Can they chain stun him long enough? Gets off the BKB, turns on that Satanic, and starts keeping himself alive. The damage of FN isn't quite enough to overwhelm Jackal. Now they get a Glimmer Cape on him. He still has the vision. Slows down Jackal. Will be able to get that kill. J4 completely gets destroyed. And Ditchy, oh my god, he's actually going to go down nice and quick too. Gets off the wind run and manages to get some distance away, but the melee racks is dead, and they will be able to force a buyback on the Gyrocopter. This makes things very complicated for Power Rangers now, as again, Gyrocopter dies, and he does not have a buyback, and a particularly long death timer on top.
Tower could actually make all the difference in the world. If he gets the last hit on this tower, he would have his buyback, and
Shackle Shot doesn't actually land.
Oh, he's doing everything he can to take this.
The missile comes in and will be able to hit, but the illusions, jump in. They're actually going to go for FN now, trying to lock him in. Good 4-staff away, and the jump back in from Yoku as he goes on to Cheshire Cat. In the background, J4 pops his ultimate. Only the BKBs stay alive, but as BKB runs out on Yoku, PR no longer have a target. J4 is going to start bouncing himself back, but really, NewTeam don't care one bit. They're just going to keep pushing forward. They're going to try and go in Ditchy with that MKB. Seedoy moves forward to try and lock down Ditchy while FN, circling around, is kind of blocked out by the cog. Ditchy is pushed around with that telekinesis, and they will be able to get that kill. Buyback is ready to go, and they're rapidly approaching that fountain area, where this is an incredibly dangerous fight, especially for Yoku, who will immediately go down to the focus fire of Ditchy and Jackal. The rest of NewTeam start backing up. They do have the buyback and TP in from the potential Lesh Rack. Cheshire Cat comes in from the side, goes on to Seedoy. Charge is not going to be able to push the Cheshire Cat out. Seedoy should be going down here as well as FN. Gets Jackal shot. PR managed to stand strong against NewTeam. This will be forcing a lot of buybacks on NewTeam. They know there's a potential Roshan, but it's not actually up for another minute and a half. Much to Power Rangers do. It's not up for another minute. FN immediately checks the pit. And Aegis. It's funny. You normally late in the game, Aegis becomes perhaps a little less value. Oh, Cheshire Cat's dead. Poor guy thought he was going to be able to hide there, but gets spotted out by the invisible Phantom Lancer. Free pick off there, and he's actually down for 70 seconds. His cogs has actually played a very key factor in keeping FN away from these two different ranged DPS heroes. This pickoff will actually mean quite a lot.
Oh, there's no travels available for Ra either. He's going for the split push, but everybody from NewTeam is just going to filter in. And they're going to realize here in a second that this Wind Ranger just doesn't have boots to travel for another 20 seconds. He's actually just going to go for the
tier 4 towers. One tier 4 down, second one will fall. Jackal has to defend solo, but Wind Ranger's not going to be able to take out these towers fast enough. They immediately start going for the throne. BKB's popped on all sides. PR trying to defend desperately. Jackal held in the air. They're just trying to control him as best as possible. J4 actually buys the time. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger is focusing on that throne. He does have the focus fire ready to go. J4 has delayed up everything for a significant amount of time, but it's only 1,000 HP left. FN going to be the target here. He will be able to finish up the throne in time. It's just not fast enough. Wind Ranger can't complete it, and NewTeam make the comeback. Game number 1 in this best of 3 comes right down to the wire.
Oh, my heart's beating pretty fast. Even if I don't like that game, there's no way that it had to be that close for either team.